What's kicking, YouTube? This is Team Change of Heart here with another deck profile. I know it's been a while since we've done a deck profile, so I just want to explain. I haven't really had really good internet access lately. The internet at my house is really crappy, so it's hard to upload videos. So I finally am able to be somewhere where I can upload it and share videos with you guys again. So I thought that we'd start out by deck profiling one of the new decks that just came out of the Duelist Alliance pack. So this is our deck profile for the Burning Abyss. It's a really cool deck. It's a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed playing it. It's got its problems, but I think it's the best deck of the format right now. Obviously, its boss monster Dante is just insane. So really, it's just a deck of floaters. I'm sure if you're watching this profile, you know a little bit of how it works. So let me just go ahead and get into the card list for you. So first of all, we start off with 3 Burning Abyss Skarm. This is your searcher of the deck. If it's sent to the grave this turn, it gets to search out basically your tour guide. So this deck really abuses tour guide really well. Next, you run 3 Graph. This specials from your deck. So the turn it's sent, it's basically just a +1, kind of like a hand without the destruction effect. And then you run 3 Sir. So Sir will special any of your Burning Abyss from the graveyard. That includes the boss monster Dante. So after you get your plays going, you really just kind of abuse Sir the rest of the game. Again, Skarm searches your tour guide, so this is really your main engine. This is how you get to all your plays and all your XYZ. So you run 3. I mean, just a really good card. It's a lot of the reason why this deck is so good right now. And then I run 2 Crane. This is just to grind it out, I guess, after you've run out. It's really easy to run out of your tour guides after you've been going a couple turns. So the Crane just kind of uses what you've already used in the graveyard. Onto the bigger monsters in the deck, because everything in the main deck is really small. Aside from these guys, I run 2 Caius. So just to really deal with problem cards, monsters that can't be destroyed. This deck has a big problem with getting over monsters that can't be destroyed, like Beals or anything really that just has a no destruction effect. So I run a lot of outs to that in the main deck and then in the extra deck as well. Along with the 2 Caius, I run 2 Chaos Sorcerer, again just to banish, and then I run 1 BLS. And then obviously for targets for those 3 monsters, I run 2 Effect Veiler. And then, I mean, Effect Veiler is just good in this format in general. So that's it for the monster lineup. Onto the spells. I think I only run like 10 spells, so I run 3 Mystical Space Typhoon. I know that this format is not real spell and trap heavy, but I still like space. I feel like people are still running Vanity's Emptiness and Skill Drain in the main deck, and those 2 cards just really shut this deck down. So the MST is still pretty valid for me. I run 2 of the rank up magic Astral Force. This is, if you don't know what it does, it just lets you turn your rank 3s into rank 5s. And I only run 2 because you mill a lot in the deck with Dante. So you're going to mill into the graveyard, and then by that time you can just keep bringing it back from the grave. So you don't really need 3. You're probably going to see it at 2, so you don't need the 3rd one as an extra. For the 1-0s, I run 1 Dark Hole, 1 Foolish Burial. This lets you, if you don't open with like Tour Guide, this lets you open into whatever Burning Abyss you want to get their effects going. I run 1 Dichotomy because the deck has a little bit of trouble grinding, so this recycles at least 1 Tour Guide and then 2 other monsters. I run 1 Book of Moon just to help Tour Guide get off. It doesn't have to stay face up on the field, so if they try to activate Fiendish or whatever, you can just book it and then it'll still get its special summon effect. So that's all for the spells. Onto the traps, I run 2 Deep Prison. I don't run Mirror Force, I just run the Deep Prison, again, just to be an out for those monsters that can't be destroyed. 2 Breakthrough Skills. I think this is like the best trap in the deck right now. It's just really good. If you mill it, it's still live. So I run 2 Raigeki Breaks. Just as a discard outlet in case I'm holding a lot of Burning Abyss in my hand. They still get their effects if they're discarded from the hand. So, and then obviously you get to destroy something with Raigeki. 1 Torrential Tribute, 1 Compulsory Evacuation Device, 1 Bottomless, and 1 Solemn Warning. So onto the... I kind of want your opinion on this. I mean, with the 2 Raigeki Breaks, I was thinking about dropping 2 other traps and throwing in the Karma Cut on top of this. If you don't know what Karma Cut does, it's you discard a card to banish one monster on the field, and then it banishes all monsters in my opponent's graveyard. So I've kind of been thinking about testing out throwing 2 on top of the Raigeki Break. So you guys let me know what you guys think, or if I should just maybe replace this with the Karma Cut. So just let me hear from you guys. So that's from the main deck. Onto the extra deck, I run 2 Dantes. You don't need 3 because they can return each other to the extra deck. And then really you want them to go... With the Sir, you can just keep bringing them back. So if Sir dies, he can special Dante. And then, Dante's just... I mean, he's really just the best floater in the game right now. He can mill your stuff. He's a card trooper. And then if he's sent to the grave in any way, he gets to add 1 back to your hand from the graveyard. So you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe, because of the way he's worded, I don't believe he can miss timing. So that just makes him incredibly versatile and incredibly useful. So even if you detach him, he still gets his effect. On top of the Dantes, I run 2 Ghost Trick Alucard. I go for Alucard at least once a game. I mean, just destroying set cards is so good. I run 1 Grenosaurus, and I'll show you why I run this in a second. It's for the Astral Force. I run 1 Mech-equipped Engineer. Besides its uses, again, it's a great target for my Astral Force. I run 1 Zenmaines. I run 1 Acid Golem, just in case I'm playing Skill Drain, or if they have a big monster on board that I am having trouble getting over. I go for Acid Golem almost every time someone brings out a Felgrand, so that's one thing I love about him. I run 1 Tim Tempo. Tim Tempo is just really good. And then I run 1 Fortune Tune. So Fortune Tune just adds life points, and then when it's finally destroyed, it adds 2 Tour Guides back to my deck. So I really like that about it. So that's it for the rank 3s. On to the Astral Force rank 5s. I run 2 Pleiades. You make this with Astral Force and Dante. So obviously Pleiades is just a beast of a card. It's one of my all-time favorites. So I love that this deck can play him. And then you can make him with 3 materials, so that's really good. I run 1 Vampire Bram to put on top of Alucard. He's just a monster reborn, basically. You get to special from your opponent's graveyard. I run 1 Volcasaurus just for the pop and the burn effect. You make this over Grenosaurus. And then 1 Tyrus, Keeper of Genesis, just in case I'm playing against a lot of back row or like hands or something like that. And you make this on top of the Mech-equipped Engineer. So that's it for the deck profile for the Burning Abyss. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything that you think that I should change about the deck, I'm open to any suggestions. So just go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and let us know what you guys thought. Thanks a lot, YouTube.